So how do you normally have your hair then? Do you normally have it this short? Do you normally have it long?
I had it really, really long for a really long time. We had loads of photo shoots and stuff that we were doing, so I had my hair really long, and then we finished all of them, decided to get fat and shave my hair.
Right, you get fat and shave your hair?
Pretty much.
How you're not fat?
Not yet. It's a
Not
work
yet.
in progress.
Oh, is this how it is? Is it a work in progress to get fat? That's a new one, like.
Yep.
It's a good experience going to like a barbershop. I know a lot of guys just go to the hairdressers to get their hair cut. It's like, I think you need that that manly place where you can go and just chat about whatever you want with your pals.
Totally.
Is that what your sort of experience with the barbershop was?
Not really.
No, is it just like sit in, get your hair cut sort of
It was
thing?
like older women, so they don't really have much in common. It's kind of just like where you going on holiday. It's still nice to chat to them.
The old classic chat. Your holidays.
Like classic small talk weather.
The weather.
And stuff. Yeah, you know it. I do like talking about the weather sometimes.
So what made you start doing this?
I've always had a passion for cutting hair, like, even in the army I used to cut the guy's hair when we were waiting to go out on patrols and stuff, and like, come on, I'm going to cut your hair, cut that, we buzz cut, shave it off.
Really?
I've just, when I was at school, all I wanted to do was either be in the army, be a brickie, or be a barber. I was in the army for 7.5 years, I can lay brick now, and this was the last one on the list then.
What's your name? Cami?
Yeah, Cami.
Cami. What is your favorite hairstyle?
My favourite hairstyle would be like a nice big pompadour, so like Elvis's hair.
Ah,
So like
the one on the top right?
quite high.
That's quite cool.
Yeah,
Will you have your own barbershop at some point?
yeah, that's my own. That's
your
what I
dream.
hope. Yeah, that's the dream.
And the holidays booked this year?
I went to Turkey in September.
Do you ever look at like magazines or anything to look for hair inspiration?
I usually just go online and look at like African hairstyles, loads of different ones. So I'm gonna get cornrows done soon. Well, I wanted to get them done soon, just at the top bit.
Have you ever had it before?
Yeah, had a couple of them.
Is it painful?
Yeah, it's not nice. It's a couple of hours of sitting there in pain.
Wow.
But it's
But
worth it
then
at the end.
No upkeep, yeah.
It's worth it at the end, yeah. As long as you wash them, obviously, and try and keep them generally clean, then you should be alright.
That's cool.
Because I don't like dreads. Not a big fan of dreads. No, I don't like them. I prefer cornrows.
But is leaving it natural too hard work?
Yeah. With an afro, it's fun for first bit, and then it just, nah. Having to get up like an hour before everyone else to dry your hair and style it and comb it. Ooh,
Oh, it must be so hard for you. I can't imagine what that's like.
It is. But I wish I had straight, or a wee bit straighter hair, not this curly. Because I like my curly hair, but a wee bit straighter. Because in the morning it's everywhere, you know, it's annoying.
That is the way though, everyone wishes
Yes,
the
they
other.
don't
curly
wake up
hair and everyone
beautiful
says,
and
"Oh,
hair
I wish I
in
had
place.
curly hair," but
Just put your head to the
it's not
side.
easy.
Do you look at kind of film stars, pop stars, bands?
Nah, honestly not. Nah, more just to be honest, I mostly look at like what my flatmates are wearing, like sort of what the people around me are wearing, and see what looks good.
And when you go into town, do you kind of, is that what you're kind of looking at? You
Yeah,
kind of
I'll look at what other people are wearing,
Yeah.
not like celebrities, more just
you
like
don't-
if I see something that's nice, I'll sort of be like,
Yeah, I'm quite similar to that. I
Yeah.
tend to, if I see somebody wearing something, I go, quite
yeah,
like that look.
yeah, that's what I'm like.
If you had to have one of these haircuts, which one would it be? If we'd sat you down here and said you have to choose one on the wall.
One of the, that. Probably be the afro that's over there on the left.
It's a nice
That
oh,
wee
the
one.
big one.
The big one or the wee one, yeah, I'm not sure which one.
That looks good.
Or that weird
looks
black
amazing.
haircut up there that guy's got at the top.
That was the one that I chose earlier.
Yeah,
said
I don't know what would you call that?
I would have.
Because I don't know how you do that with black hair. I don't quite understand how his hair does that. Because it's kind of straight, but is it not?
It's like straight with big curly. Maybe a blow dry.
If I-
Definitely something from the back and pushing forward.
But if I had to get a haircut, it'd probably be that one. I think that looks cool
that's
as hell.
the one I would choose.
It's be the like 70s or 60s.
And if I had to get a beard, I'd choose that devil beard.
Your devil beard, that looks cool.
On the side.
I was having a conversation with my friend, you know, barbershop is kind of a communal space. Then like a lot of communication and conversation and
That's one of my
everyday
favorite.
life.
That's one of my favorite things. Is kind of like
Yeah.
you can go to the barber shop, and if something in life's getting you down, you can talk to your barber about it.
Yeah.
Something good happened, you can talk to your barber about it. But like no matter what, you can always go. When you go to the barber shop, you always get some good conversation.
Yeah.
Good company. That's the thing I like about it.
So the barber is usually good at having a conversation. Like a good conversation.
Yeah, that's one thing that they don't really teach you in college.
What brings you to your hairstyle? Is it just easy to maintain?
Yeah.
Did you see it in somewhere?
No, just for years I just sort of didn't know what to ask for.
Okay.
I would just go in and say,
Can I get a haircut?
yeah, kinda, yeah. And one day I said, can I have it short on the sides? And they said, like a 2. And I was like, yeah, and that looked good, so I just kept saying that.
Fair enough. That's kind of your go-to, so it's safe, not safe, but what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, pretty much. Although the last place I went to get a haircut, I said that, and the guy said, you don't sound very excited by that.
Really?
I didn't know you're meant to sound excited when you're asking for a haircut. Maybe you are.
Some people get excited.
Yeah.
But if it's not if you're just getting a haircut because you need a haircut, I get why you need to be excited,
Just made me think that maybe I'm not giving it enough thought.
Was barbers not linked up with surgeons or something back in the day?
Yeah, we done bloodletting for years where they used leeches, and they thought if they drained X amount of blood for your body, then all your diseases would go away. But then they didn't realise that you need 8 pints of blood in your body, you know what I mean? You need so many pints to stay alive. So a lot of folk weren't alive by the end of it.
And dentists, we had to do...
Dentistry as well, yeah?
Yeah, they would take teeth. Would you be interested in getting some leeches on you today?
No, I'm okay.
Have you got any ailments that you need taken out the body by leech?
Possibly.
Free of charge. What sorts of haircuts have you had throughout the years?
You're looking at it. You're looking at it.
The same one?
Except that many years ago I used to have hair.
Almost done.
Yep, almost done.
Can you wake up and leave the house?
As a
and
barber.
not really
Well, most guys wake up in the morning and don't do nothing to themselves. They just get up and go. You get a lot of guys that are a wee bit vain now that will self-tan, fake eyelashes.
No.
Aye, guy liner.
I know about the eyeliner in the men, but the eyelashes.
Eyelashes a lot. Fake tan, gym. Eyelashes, steroids for the gym, make their body look great.
I've seen men colouring their moustaches before, and I'm not going to.
Beard dyes.
Something I'd never have to do, but some people.
I'm very much like still get up and go, didn't care too much. But I feel like I'm dying breed, like everyone
Well, that,
put a lot of it.
I think that should not be a dying.
I get up in the morning and go like that. Let's go.
Exactly.
That must be nice. I think the
I think it's made like it's all about self-image in a way. Everybody's like, I want to look better than this, and it's in this day and age, it's all about like, keeping up with the Joneses and that.
I know we're advertising though. It's probably much better a life to lead to not have to worry about it so much, what you look like.
Oh,
I think they invent a new thing for women every day to hate about themselves.
Oh, aye.
Oh, your eyebrows they need changed, oh, your nose it needs changed, oh, your...
It's different for women compared to the guys. Like guys are more just, they bought that big man. I like the look of that, I'm doing it.
I was talking to a man earlier on, and he was saying that it was more probably what he sees as more necessity.
Okay.
Rather than getting the hair done because it was a certain look you were kind of aiming for. He's seen like haircuts were more just necessity. And I think quite a lot of men it is because they have to get their haircut so often.
Yeah.
Whereas
when I talk to like girls and stuff, they always say that they get their haircut every few months or like longer.
Whereas you probably every couple of weeks.
Yeah, every 3-4 weeks. Yeah. And even that, it's like after a couple of weeks I start to think like, I could do with a trim. It's because you always have that really sharp look as soon as you come out, and then for the first
it just disappears.
For the first few days, you're feeling like you've got a good haircut, and then after a while, it's like
it just kind of goes back into the way it was.
You transformed me. Pretty cool.
You spend a lot of time getting ready on anything else in the morning? Or is it just the hair?
Just my hair and what I want to wear. I'm quite bad. Because I never like to wear the same thing twice.
Style's important.
I think style's always important. It defines you.
Enjoy the rest of your time in.